We worship the lotus feet of the Guruma Sannidhanam of Thiruvaduthurai Adinam, the Saivas family deity Madhava Svangana Swami Hills feet, and my Guruji Palanisa Tangal Swami Hills feet. And it is good morning to everyone. In our continuation of the Saiva Sithantham classes, we are today into our fourth session. A small recap of the first three sessions, a fast catch up. We just spoke about what is the Saivism, which is actually, it's related with the Lord Shiva, who worship Lord Shiva as their main deity are called the Saivites. This is what we spoke about Saivism. And also we spoke about the importance or the greatness of Saivism, as its principles are scientific and logical. It's all highly optimistic. It's all easy to follow. And it is the oldest or an ever-existing religion. These are things we spoke. Then we spoke about the basic elements or the objects of Saiva Sithantham, which is God, soul, and vanity we were talking. Or in Tamil, we meant as Padi, Pasu, and Pasam. Also, we just discussed about the relations between these three and the Pasam, or we call it as vanity. It's not only just the ego, it has also two more, that is Maya and Karma. So, Anava, Maya, and Karma. So, the three things are there. So, in totality, there is a God, there is a soul, and the three Pasam, which is comes under vanity, Anava, Maya, Karma. So, all these five are ever-existing materials. Soul is not one. Soul is actually infinite in number. We now, the people, the man who I am speaking here, I have a soul. The people who listen, they have their souls. Souls are multi. God is one. Anava, Mala, or what we spoke as the vanity, they are all one. Only the huge numbers is this souls. Today we are in the world, we are seeing so many people. Everyone is looking different, which means everyone has a different body structure. So I am not like looking like you, you are not looking like the other person. So all are different, which means everyone has a different body structure. This body is driven by a soul, which is different between every bodies. So souls are different. God is one, the object which helps all these souls. We call it as God. He is one. Same way we were speaking about that ego, a bad material we were telling, which is the Anava Mala, which creates all sorts of troubles for this soul. That is also only one material which has a link with all the souls. The material is one, like the one sun gives actually light to all the parts of the world today. So like that, it is only one material. Like God, this is also one. So as we discussed on that day, God is a material which is very kind enough with us and all His grace, He is taking care of us. At the same time, we are not able to continuously experience the divine blessings. There are some hurdles in the middle. Those hurdles are created by this ego. This is also one material. As like God takes care of all the souls, this is having connection with all the souls. This is one material. Same way, the Maya, what we spoke, this world is created by God from Maya. That's also only one material. And Karma, what we say, that's also one material. This is how we have spoken on the last three sessions. Now, today we are moving forward with the basic books of Saiva Sithantham. And that day, Catherine was asking me. I was telling you this 12 and 14, this 26 are the base, or they are to be considered as the prime documents. All the principles are spoken there. And for us, anything to establish in the philosophy of Saiva Siddhanta, the evidence is to be from any of these 26 books. In that 26, we have categorized into two. One is called Tirumurai or Thottiram, which is 12 in number. And another is Sastram or Sastra. They are 14 in number. The prime difference, what is this 12 and what is that 14? This 12 is speaking about or praising about God's kindness. It is something for our worship with a God, to express our gratitude to God. Even sometimes we are actually praying in such a way for our needs to be accomplished. We are asking something to God. We are pleading with Him. We are putting our requirements. We have a lot of obligations in this world. Everything is being fulfilled by His presence, God, kindness. So many times we ask, I want good marks in the class. I want actually a good college to study. I want a good job for me. I want my life partner to be like this. So many things. At the same time, we are praising God. Oh God, thank you very much. You have given me a nice setup here in this world. I am enjoying and thankful to you for being a son of these parents. So many things. Yeah, I am enjoying this life. Even I did not expect, but you gave me this. Lot of things. The food for in time, the air for breathing. So many things. So many times we actually thank Him also. Many times, apart from all these things, we wish to have some more. So we are asking Him also. We have the liberty to ask, He is there to help us because He is kind enough. So we can put it to Him. So all these things are all comes under this first part, which is Tirumurai or the 12 books. So in short, it can be said as these are all the books which are praising God, which means His divine blessings. That's how these 12 books. In Tamil, we call it as Puhal. It all speaks about God's greatness, God's kindness, God's mercy. It speaks all in appreciates. That is this 12. The another 14, which on that day I was using a word called the grammar, which is that speaks about the laws, I can say, because when we are speaking of philosophy, it has some law behind it, the rules, or it is structured. That structured material is from that 14. What is my relation between my soul and the body today? Because just 5 minutes back, I was telling, the bodies are different. Every body is driven by soul, so souls are different. So the body is activated by soul. So what is the basic connection or the relation between this body and the soul? What is the relation between the soul and the God? What actually our idea about your last birth? What does it speak about our next birth? Is it there or not? If there means, how it's going to be? Again as a man or an animal? What is that? Suppose if it is not there means, then where I am heading for? So if I am heading for something, means the other question comes from where I have come. Because I am in Australia now. I am in India now. Or in this birth. So where I come from? So all these are answered in these 14 books. let us at least understand the names of these 12 books and 14 books, so that since it is the Bible for us, it is the law books for us, we should know about it, and in the coming days we should actually study, if not full, at least some important pages of those books, because they are all the rule books for us to follow. The 12 books, they are called as Tirumurai in Tamil, Tirumurai. The first 3, 1, 2, 3 are called, in fact, the first 7 are called as Thevaram. First 7 are called as Thevaram. There are 3 teachers, Thirugnana Sambandar, Thirunavukarasar, Sundaramurti. 3 are there. All have sung songs in praise of Lord Shiva. So whatever given by Thirugnana Sambandar, they are all actually categorized into first 3 Tirumurais. 1, 2, 3 are from Thirugnana Sambandar. Same way, next 3, 4, 5, 6 are all sung by Thirunavukarasar. The 7th one is from Sundaramurti Swami. So which means Thirugnana Sambandha Swamigal has done 1, 2, 3. Thirunavukarasa Swamigal has given us 4, 5, 6. And Sundaramurti Swamigal has given the 7th one. All these 3 are called Thevaram. Even when we study little bit more, there are specific names for Jnana Sambandhar's Thevarams, Thirunavukarasar's Thevaram, and Sundaramurti Swamigal's Thevaram. Just for your knowledge, I can tell you, Jnana Sambandhar's Thevaram 1, 2, 3 are called by a name Thiru Kadai Kappu. Thiru Kadai Kappu. What do you mean by this Thiru Kadai Kappu? Kadai means comes last in Tamil. Kadai. Idai means in the middle. Kadai means last. When whatever the songs he has given, Thirugnana Sambandha, it is called as Padiham. Padiham means a set of 10. So he used to give us 11 normally, 11 songs in one Padiham. Padi means from 10 it has come. Pattu in Tamil we call. Pattu means 10. So from there it comes Padi. Padiham means a set of 10 songs. Here normally he used to give 11 songs. On the 11th one, generally he speaks about what is the benefit of singing this 10 songs or 11 songs. What is the benefit of studying about this 11 songs? What is the benefit of sometimes even listening to these 11 songs? So this is called that the benefit, he says, God will take care of all our requirements and he forgives all our sins and he uplifts us. This is the message he gives there. So Kapu means it is actually protecting. That's what the Kapu in Tamil. So when we study these 10 or these 11 songs, God protects us from all the evils and he lifts us and furthermore glory and happiness for us. This is how he says. Since he is saying this in all his padiyams, it is called Tirukadai Kappu. So Jnana Sambandhar's first 3, 1, 2, 3, even though by general name it is a Thevaram, Jnana Sambandhar's Thevaram are noted with a name called Tirukadai Kappu. 4, 5, 6, Thirunavukarasa Swamigal's Thevaram, they are all called as Thevaram. No different name for it. It is Thevaram. Seventh one, Sundaramurti Swamigal, this one is called as Tirupattu. Thiru means holy. We know that it is. Pattu means actually poem. So it's a holy poem. Its meaning as Tirupattu. So Tirukadai Kappu, the first three. Thevaram 4, 5, 6. And Tirupattu is the seventh one, even if it is, even though all these seven are in generally called as Thevaram. People used to say Sundaram Thevaram, which should be told as Tirupattu, but not necessarily to be told like that. It is also Thevaram. Jnana Sambandhar Thevaram, Upper Swami, Thirunavukarasar Thevaram, like that. It is, so this 11. What do you mean by that word Thevaram in Tamil? Varam in Tamil is actually love. Te means actually Devan. This is Deva, God. So Varam Anbu, which is love. So the poems which with a lot of love on God's feet is given. Te means Devan or God. The songs which are out of love on him, that is called Thevaram. Varam means Anbu or love. So Thevaram, which means the songs which are given out of pure love on God, that is called Thevaram. So the first 7 now we have noted. Then comes the 8th. There are 2 books on that. One is Tiruvasagam and another one is Tirukkovayar. These 2 are written by Manikavasagar. Manikavasagar Swami. On that day I was telling you about our prime gurus. I was telling 4 Samaya Acharyas, that is Thirugnana Sambandhar, Thirunavukarasar, Sundaramurti Swamigal and Manikavasagar. These 4 are called Samaya Acharya. Acharya means Guru. For us, these 4 are to be in our worship on daily basis. They are the people who are actually taking us or making us to understand about Saivism, which is nothing but Lord Shiva's kindness. So these 4 people, so out of the 12, first 8 are given by these 4 people. Thirugnana Sambandhar, Thirunavukarasar, Sundaramurti Swamigal, Manikavasagar. These 4. So this comes 8. Then comes the 9th, which is again 2 books are there. Thiruvisaipa and Thirupallandu. Thiruvisaipa. Isai means music. Pa means padal or poem. So these are all sung in a musical way. Every Tirumurai has a music background. These are all very specific. So they are called Thiru Isaipa. And one more is Thirupallandu. In totality, 9 teachers have given these Thiruvisaipa. It starts from Sendanar. I can give you the names later, but let us just understand. 9th Tirumurai is written by 9 teachers. So already I told 4 about for this first 8, 4 teachers are there. Now the 9th one is written by 9 teachers. Then comes the 10th one, which is called Thirumandiram. Thirumandiram, which is written by Thirumoola Devanayanar or Thirumoolar. This book speaks on complete Saiva Sithantham, even though it is in this 12, which is for praising God's kindness. It is more like a Shastra. It is honestly, it is a Shastra, but they have kept it here. So you will come to know It is a I can call it as a Sastra kept in this Tirumurai. It is something like that. Then 11th one. There are 40 books in that. It is, I can say, an assortment of 40 written by 12 teachers. So 12 teachers have, it's a compilation of 40 books written by 12 teachers. We should know here, out of the 12, one is Lord Shiva. He has written a song which is available here. That's one of the great things about this 11th Tirumurai. Even though 12 teachers are there, 40 books are there as a whole, one is actually written by Lord Shiva. So out of the 12, Lord Shiva is also a teacher here. And other 11 are actually human beings. So 12. Last one, the 12th one, which is called Periya Puranam. It is written by Sekilar Swamigal. Sekilar. It is called as Periya Puranam. This speaks about the life history of some Sivan Adiyargal. Sivan Adiyargal means the people who got his blessings. And we are actually to worship them because they are so closely connected with Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva has come to this world to grace them in a different, because we might have known about Kannappa. Kannappa as a person actually donated his eyes to him. So Lord Shiva actually blessed him. There is one more person called Siruttondar Nayanar, Siruttondar, who actually offered his son's flesh to him. He was actually, Shiva Brahman came as a priest, and this Siruttondar normally presents is food to a priest, then only he takes food every day. So one day he could not find out anybody, he was searching. But that time Lord Shiva came as a priest and he said, to take food, I have some conditions. One of the conditions is, I want you to cook your son flesh and you. This man gave. So Lord Shiva actually blessed him and took him up. So he is called Siruttondar. Like this, there are 63 people. All their life history are given by Sekilar Swamigal. So they are all called Tondargal. Tondar means actually the person who does that work. Tondu means it is actually without expecting anything, offering the service. So these 63 people are called Tondargal because they did Lord Shiva's service without expecting anything. So this book is called Tiruttondar Puranam or Periya Puranam. Puranam means actually their life history. So now I have told you about this 12 Tirumurais. In totality, 27 teachers are there. First, that Trinyana Sambandar, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundaramurti Swamigal, Manikavasammal, that's 4 out of that 8. The 9th one is given by 9 people. So 9 plus 4, 13. Then 10th one by Tirumular, 14. 11th by 12 people, so 26. 12th is by Sekilar Swamigal, 1, so 27. So these 27 teachers have contributed the literature of 12 Tirumurais. Now we come to the other part, which is 14. Out of the 14, the apex book or the prime or the number 1 is noted as Sivajnana Bodham. Without actually studying Sivajnana Bodham, Saiva Siddhanta education is incomplete. So Saiva Sithantham, when we say I have studied Saiva Sithantham, nobody can say I have studied fully, I have studied Saiva Sithantham. Nobody can say that because it's such a vast philosophy. But at least if we are able to introduce ourselves that I have studied Saiva Sithantham something, people will definitely ask, have you gone through Sivajnana Bodham? Yes, because without Sivajnana Bodham's studies, we can't call ourselves that we have studied Saiva Sithantham. That is the prime book or the apex book that is written by Mayhantar. Even before this Sivajnana Bodham, historically, two books were available. One is called Tiruvundiyar, and another one is Tirukalitrupadiyar. Tiruvundiyar and Tirukalitrupadiyar. All are available in the net. You can take it, or I can give you notes. These two books are historically earlier than the period of Mayhanda, which means before Sivajnana Bodham came in, these books have come to us. So these two are written by the teacher called Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanar. It's Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanar. Here there is a small thing which we should note carefully. Even though these two books are written by teachers called Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanar, they both are different, which means there were two Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanars. One person wrote Tiruvundiyar, the other person wrote Tirukalitrupadiyar. So in general, normally in Tamil Nadu or anywhere you have seen, if there is a common name of some 3-4 people in a class, we used to distinguish them or identify them by telling about their place also. So he is from Madurai. So if there is a name, generally Subramani is a name. Sir, he is from Madurai. Madurai Subramani. This is Chennai Subramani. He is Bombay Subramani. Like that we used to say. Same way here also it is told. The teacher who gave us Tiruvundiyar, that is the first book by historically, he is from the place called Tiruviyalur. So we called him as Tiruviyalur Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanar. The other person who gave us Tirukalitrupadiyar, he is from Tirukadavur. So he is called as Tirukadavur Iyya Vanda Deva Nayanar. These are all just for information. At least you should know they both are different. Then came actually Mayhandar. He gave us Sivajnana Bodham. Then his disciple, Arulandi Shivam, he gave two books. One is called Sivajnana Siddhiyar, which is nothing but a commentary on Sivajnana Bodham. Or in Tamil we call it as Urai or the notes. Sivajnana Bodham is actually, by size, it's a very small book. So for people like us to understand, his disciple Arulandi Shivam has given an elaborate actually commentary about that or notes about that book. But this is also in the form of songs. This is called Sivajnana Siddhiyar. One more book he gave, which is called Iruba Irupagadu. So Arulandi Shivam has given two books to us. One is Sivajnana Siddhiyar, the other one is Iruba Irupagadu. One more disciple of this Mayhandar called Manavasaham Kadandar. Manavasaham Kadandar. He gave a book called Unmai Vilakkam. Unmai Vilakkam. So now so far I have told you 6 books. Thiru Undiyar, Thiru Kalitrupadiya, Sivanyana Bodham, Sivanyana Siddhiyar, Iruba Irubakadu, and Unmai Vilakkam. 6 I have told. There are balanced 8 books are there out of 14. All the 8 are written by one person called Umapati Sivam. Umapati Sivam. He is a great scholar. He has written 8 books out of these 14. The 8 you can just note down. The first one is called Siva Prakasam. Siva Prakasam. The next one is called Thiru Arul Payan. Thiruvarul Payan. Thiruvarul means it's God's grace. Payan means actually the benefits. So the benefits of Lordship as grace or the blessing. That is written in a book. Thiruvarul Payan. Then he has given one more called Potri Paharodai. Potri Paharodai. Potri means we are saying Vanakkam or wishing. So he has written about God's kindness and also about his direct Guru, Marignana Sambandha. He has written on these books. It is called Potri Paharodai. Then one more book called Unmai Neri Vilakkam. Unmai Neri Vilakkam. Already there is a book called Unmai Vilakkam that is written by Manavasagam Kadanda. Earlier we said. Now it is called Unmai Neri Vilakkam. Then another one called Kodi Kavi. Kodi means in Tamil it's a flag. See, normally in the schools we do flag hoisting. Same way in the temples, when there is a 10-day function, we used to do flag hoisting. It speaks about that. So it is called Kodi Kavi. Kavi means poem. So Kodi Kavi, which speaks about that flag. Then one more is called Vina Venba. Vina Venba. In Tamil, Vina means it's question. So he asked some questions and he's giving an answer. That is Vina Venba. Then there is a book called Sangarpa Niraharanam. Sangarpa Niraharanam. Another one he gives Nenju Vidu Thudu. Nenju Vidu Thudu. Nenju means our heart. He is sending the heart as an ambassador to his Guruji, trying to express all his feelings and worshipping his Guru. That's an Nenju Vidu Thudu. So this 8 I can just recap it. Thiru Sivaprahasam, Thiruvarul Payan, Potri Paharodai, Unmai Neri Vilakkam, Kodi Kavi, Vina Venba, Sangarpa Niraharanam, Nenju Vidu Thudu. All these 8 are given by Umapati Sivam. So already I have given 6. So 6 plus 4, 8, 14 books are there. There I told you 12 books written by 27 teachers. Here these 14 books written by 6 teachers in total. These 12 and 14 are our prime books. In temple, people who sing the poems in front of God, all will be from the first to 12. In our Saiva Sithantham class, trying to understand what is that karma, what I mean by that Maya. Is God also connected with the Maya? All these questions. or the relations between these 5 subjects on that day we spoke. God, soul, Anava, Kanma, Maya. These 5, what is the relations with them? Who is superior? Who is kind enough? Who is the problem giver? All these things are studied from these 14 books. Even though these are all available in that 12 also. And these 14 also speaking in praise of God. The prime thing about the 12 is for praising. The prime thing about these 14 is actually the theory of Saiva Sithantham. So in due course of time, we wish to learn one by one. Normally a question will come. Why 12 are kept there? One is enough for praising. And here 14, why this 14? All speaks about these 5 only. God, soul, Anavakanma, Maya, all only. And book to book, the principle cannot be changed. Principle will be same. Sun rises in the east. Whomsoever is a scientist, he has to give that only. So it should be why we should keep 14 means. There are some specific and distinct importance of each one. So about these 12 as well as about these 14. So while we start studying about these 14 books, we will come to understand about the importance of that book. Generally in Saiva Siddha, is it enough to study these 12 or will it be enough for these 14? What should be mean? Let us understand. We should study both. Why? Unless otherwise, we study about these 14, we cannot enjoy that 12, because that 12, even though it's singing on God, the pregnant meaning or the inner meaning we can capture it fully and enjoy it only if we know the theory of Saiva Sithantham. Same way, these 14 books speak about the principles. Generally, we study a principle or a law. It is little difficult to learn because we cannot change it. See, in the praising book, there also you cannot change it, but you can understand easily. He speaks about the God. So God is my honey, God is my sweet. So you can also think of word now because you can enjoy that. You can easily take up it. But here it is not there. There is no chance of substitution anywhere. God is a superior product. That's it. God is a superior. You have to study like that only. You cannot compare anything with a God. No. The soul has this quality. Means that quality. We should learn that way. So it's something like a mathematical formula. You cannot change it. So when we start studying these sastras, some of the areas we find little difficult to understand. But in such a cases, this Tirumurai's knowledge helps you to understand easily because some of the examples are taken from there. Normally, how the teacher makes it. When he is trying to teach you a scientific principle, which maybe as a student we find difficult to grasp it, then he says something, an example in the world like this. So we are able to catch the, this is the way that principle is explained, means we are able to understand that principle. Same way, when these sastras, some deep philosophies, when we have a little difficulty of understanding what is that, these are all can be easily understood by taking the example or the quotes from these 12. So 12 is also important, 14 is also important. How much time available, how much we are able to read, we can go through. But it is not necessarily all the 26 you should complete. No, it's actually it is not easily possible. So whatever possible, we are trying to understand. And we now come to a clarity that Both are important, and all the 26 are to be studied. How much possible and what period of time? These are all things. Let again, God helps us to do this. So now, as a philosophy, generally, any philosophy has some questions to answer. The first question will be normally, what is your basic document or the literature? So if in Christianity, it is very clear, Bible is the, so anything they wish to speak, it will be from the Bible's lines which they want to follow. Even that to father or the person who is at the church, who is teaching, preaching it, generally all their quotes will be from Bible. This is the one they have to follow. It is the same case with the Quran in Islam. Everywhere, every philosophy has a book, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and we have 26. So if you ask a religion or a philosophy, the first question will be on asking them, what is your prime book? Then they say this. Then only the next questions comes in. Do you believe in God? If so, who is your God? It is one or many. And if that is the case, what is your relation between him and you? All this then taking up. But the first one is generally a religion means it has a book as their prime document. So everybody who follows that philosophy has to study these books and they have to stand on it, and they can preach their religious philosophy only on basis of these books. This is how it is. Now coming to Saivism or Saiva Sithantham, we have these 12 plus 14 books, and this, especially these 14 books, speaks about the principles, ideologies, and theories of Saiva Sithantham. So when we wish to say something about Saiva Sithantham to somebody, all your notes will be from these 14 books, supported by these 12 books, for you to explain it easily to them. It will be helping for them also to understand this core philosophy with the help of those 12 books. This is how it is. So let us now understand the importance of the prime books of any religious philosophy. The same way with the Saiva philosophy, the importance of this, and we shall start going through that. Hope you are clear with these 26 books now, and the teachers who have rendered their contributions for us. Now, one more subject today I wish to touch upon is, on the day we were telling 4 Samaya Acharyas, that is, Thirugnana Sambandha Swamigal, Thirunavukarasa Swamigal, Sundaramurti Swamigal, Manikava Swamigal. They are called 4 Samaya Acharyas. Another 4 they are called as Sandana Acharyas. They are all actually Meighandar, Arulandi Shivam, Maranyana Sambandar, and Umapati Shivam. Meighandar, Arulandi Shivam. These 2 names we know because Sivanyana Bodham written by Meighandar, Sivanyana Siddhiyar and Iruba Irubahadu written by Arulandi Shivam. Another 2 names, Maranyana Sambandar and Umapati Shivam. Umapati Shivam also known to us because the 8 books are written by him. Sivaprahasam, Tiruvulpayan, Potriparodai, Unmai Nerivilakam. All these 8 books are written by him. So Umapati Shivam also we know. But there's one man in the middle. His name is Maranyana Sambandar. He is a disciple of Arulandi Shivam and Guru of Umapati Shivam. In history, we are not able to find any book written by him. So now they are called Sandana Acharyas, which means Mehandar. Mehandar's disciple is Arunadisivam. Arunadisivam's disciple is Maranyana Sambandar. Maranyana Sambandhar's disciple is Umabadisivam. It is step 1, 2, 3, 4. They are called Purachandana Koravargal. Sandana means for the continuity. In Tamil, actually, Sandanam means, actually, it's a hereditary for an easy. In core philosophy, in core literature, we used to call it as Sandana Virutti. Sandana Virutti means parents having children, which means it is their legal heirs are formed. They are called as Sandana Virutti. Same way for this philosophy, Saivism to maintain, to get existent, there is a Sandana. See, today, Catherine takes up from your father. Tomorrow, maybe after 10, 15, 25 years, 30, 40 years, your son will be taking from you. So, which means it comes. At one stage, we may speak about your great-grandfather who was born in Sri Lanka. Something we will speak. That's actually family hereditary comes in. Same way about the Saivism. It has to be somebody to give it. So that is called Sandana Acharyas. So it starts from Mehandar, Arunadisivam, then comes Maranyana Sambandar, then comes Umabadisivam. This is called Purachandanam. Pura means outside, which is known to the world. There is one more Sandanam called Aha Sandanam. Aha means inner. In Tamil, there are books called Agananuru, Purananuru. Puram means knowing outside. Aham means what we have it inside, or which means not shown outside. These four people we have seen. We have seen means Mehandar lived in the 13th century. So the people who were living in those periods have seen him. Then his disciple Arunadisivam. So who are all studying under Mehandar would have seen Arunadisivam. Arunadisivam's disciple is Maranyana Sambandar. So they are all shown to the world. There are four more who are called Ahachandanam, who the world, universe people here have not seen. They are from that. That is the number one is Nandiyam Peruman. In temple, when go to the Shiva temple, in front of Shiva, there is a Nandi. He is the first guru for all of us, Nandiyam Peruman. Then his disciple, Sanar Kumara. Sanar Kumara is his disciple. His disciple is Satyajnana Darisinigal. And his disciple is Paranchodi Mamunigal. So I told 4 here. Nandiyam Peruman, Sanar Kumara, Satyajnana Darisinigal, Paranchodi Mamunigal. All these 4 lived in the heaven. They have not come here. So we have not seen him with this type of body to identify. No. So they are called Ahachandanam. Then how these Purachandanam started? From what is the link between that Ahachandanam and Purachandanam? The 4th person of the Ahachandanam is Paranjodi Mamunigal. The first person of Purachandanam is Meghanda. So some connection would have happened there. Yes, it happened. Paranjodi Mamunigal from Kailash, he was flying to Podigai Hills, that is in the southernmost part of Tamil Nadu, Podigai, where the great Agatya Muni, used to live. So he has come from there to meet Agatya. On the way, when he was coming, flying, nobody could see him. He was just flying. A place called Thiruvennai Nallur. It is in a district called Viluppuram in Tamil Nadu, or I can say some 150 kilometers from Chennai, or 100 to 150 kilometers, or 200 kilometers maximum. It is called Viluppuram district. There is a place called Thiruvennainallur. A child was actually playing on the street. So Paranjyothi Mamunigal, when he went there, by his divine power, he used to experience the light emanated from the child. So he felt this child has the wisdom. And what I have received the philosophy, my Guruji, I should convey to this disciple so that this philosophy will continue to come. So he came down to this year at Thiruvennainallur and gave the preaching to this child. The child was only 2 years, 2.5 years old. That child is Meighandar. So, from Mahachandanam, of the heavenly bodies it has come to the universe. So, those 4 are called Ahachandanam. And of the last of that 4th is Paranjyothi Mamunigal. When he when he came here and gave it to Meighandar, it started with Meighandar. So, he is the first among the Purachandanam. Then he gave his preachings to Arunadi Sivam. Arunadi Sivam then gave it to Maranyana Sambandar. Maranyana Sambandar then gave it to Umabadi Sivam. Umabadi Sivam then gave it to people. It came down, down, down. And today, if anybody has come in that hereditary and still live here means, yes, they are called the Mutts at the Tamil Nadu. There are 2 great Mutts. One is the Thiruvavadurai Adhiyanam. Another one is Thiru Dharmapuram Adhiyanam. These Gurujis or the Acharyas of these Mutts are all coming in the hereditary from Maranyana Umabadi Sivam. Then there is one Arunamachivaya, then Sittar Sivaprahasar, Namishaya Murtigal, then Thiruvavadurai. Same way that there's one, it came up as Kamalanyana Prahasar, Gurunyana Sambandar, then comes the Dharmapuram Adhiyanam. So the DT, the Acharya, the prime Acharya or the Guru Bedam, we call the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Thiruvavadurai Adhiyanam today, the Dharmapuram Adhiyanam today, are all actually have come from them. Since we are worshipping them and learning these philosophies under their divine blessings, we can also call ourselves as we are coming in that hereditary. So this hereditary, where it started from Nandiyam Peruman, Nandi. Nandi studied from where? He studied directly from Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva has given to Nandi, and we all started learning from the people who came from Nandi. So Nandi Emberman is called as the first Guru. Then all came up down, down, down line. So it has come, even today we are learning. Since it has started at Kailash, because it's actually Lord Shiva to Nandi Emberman, and it comes down, this is called Kailaya Parambarai, or the hereditary start from Kailaya. See, in families, you used to know, or if you ask your dad, he will be knowing. If somebody means they will start, see, these are all the family hereditary, they are from Mattakalappu. These are all the families, they are from Mullaithivu. Like that, they used to speak. His great-grandfather, sir, I am in Australia. No, we are in Australia. Even our dad was working in UK for some time, but my mother is like this. So, but my great-grandfather was born there. So from there, it all came up. His son, his son, his son, his son. And I am now on the 5th generation now. And oh, great. Like that, it will. Same way where it started means, it started at Mount Kailash. That is with Lord Shiva sitting there. So this hereditary is called as Kailaya Parambarai. So now we are learning Saiva Sithantham. From that Kailaya Parambarai it comes, and we are also part of it because we worship Thiruvavadurai Adhiyanam, Dharmapura Adhiyanam, this Guru Acharya. We worship them. So they worship their previous one. They worship their previous one. So there all it comes like this. So this is called Sandana Parambarai. So we should know about the Gurujis who are all in front of us to guide. They are all blessed by God and they are blessing us. because in Saiva, the worship of Guru is as good as worshipping Lord Shiva. So it all comes from this Guru Parambara, which is from Agachandanam 4, Purachandanam 4, and we should know about this. So just to summarize, today we have talked about two things. One is the fundamental or the prime books of this 12 and 14, and also the prime acharyas of us, who are actually started from Nandi Burman under the greatness of Lord Shiva. Then it came down. Today we are at this stage. So this is called the Kailaya hereditary. I can put it like this. So today it's a very holy hereditary path we are maintaining. They are the Gurujis. Time immemorial, they are coming like this to help us to learn this philosophy. What is the purpose of learning this philosophy? Understanding it, trying to follow it, then we will follow, which will take to Lord Shiva. That's what. So coming out of this world, coming out of this birth, we will try to one day, we are going to reach Lord Shiva. There is no anava there. There is no maya. There is no karma. So there is nothing for us to have a sad thing or a bad thing there. It will be an everlasting happiness or the eternal happiness. That is what we are leading for now. So what we should do in the process, how it is going to happen, what is my role to follow now and practice? These are all the things given by these Gurujis. That is how in the 14 Shastras we are going to learn, and we are going to teach others also to follow that.